Just as a wee thing before we get started in this video, there will be heavy spoilers.
You and your squad might have killed a lot of locusts today, Lieutenant. But this war is only just begun. Our survival depends on one thing. Gears follow orders. But I look at you and I don't see a gear. I see something more dangerous. I see a hero. Well, congratulations, hero. Millions of citizens you've sworn to protect might die because of what you did today. I hereby charge Kilo Squad with desertion, cowardice, trespassing, the theft of experimental military technology, and treason. Does that sound about right to you, Lieutenant Baird?
Well, what can I say, folks? What can I say? We've finally reached the last Gears of War game to be released on the Xbox 360. Which is, of course, Gears of War Judgment, made by the lovely people at People Can Fly, who have a new game out this week called Outriders, which looks like Gears of War, but I played the demo. It's smashing, okay? Bloody good stuff. I'll be looking forward to getting my big fat arse cheeks waded right into that on Thursday, probably more like Friday, after I've done fucking about installing everything. Aye. So after this video we will go into Gears of War 4 and then Gears 5. There is a spin-off called Gears Tactics, but it's a spin-off, not part of the mainline series. I'm not touching it now, because I really can't be arsed, and I'd like to move on to something other, than Gears of War. Not that I haven't enjoyed making these videos, but the time has come to move on to something else that's a brown shooter. Or a shooter and it is brown. Anyway, so Gears of War Judgment is a prequel to the first Gears of War again, like the Ram Shadow one was a prequel. This is also a prequel, and it's based around Kilo Squad, and you play as all of Kilo Squad throughout the title. You'll go Baird, the sarky-faced, grumpy, blonde prick, Augustus Cole, or as he is alternatively known as, the Cole Train. Woo, baby! Something like that. I didn't really do that justice, but it was fun to do nonetheless. Then there's a couple of new characters called Sophia Hendrick, who's a red-headed woman, and Garen Paddock, who's, well, basically, he's Russian, but he's, this is Sarah, so they're not called Russian, they're called something else. But basically, it's, Pendulum Wars was America versus Russia. Do you know, I wouldn't mind a game based on that. The Pendulum Wars, I don't know if Gears Tactics is, I don't think it is, because it's got Locust in the front cover, so I'm going to say no. But an actual proper prequel Gears game, with, about the Pendulum Wars, so we can actually find out what the fuck we were fighting over. Probably fuel. In fact, you know what? I've just kind of come up with the whole thing myself there, so let's not bother. Let's not bother our bum checks. So this game is good. I always thought it was quite disliked when it came out, but apparently I'm wrong. I was looking at some of the review scores, and the scores really bloody high. So I think I was talking pish. Sorry folks. Talking pish. That's me. Some of the things that I don't like, they've changed the buttons. Now I'm at two minds about this, and why I say that is they've changed the button for the grenade. It's no longer a selectable weapon with the D-pad. You now press LB to throw a grenade, or you hold LB to, charter a wee fucking arc so you can see exactly where it's going. I like that it's no longer an actual selectable weapon, because that's fucking terrible. Remember playing games like Quake 2 and you had to select the grenades? Fuck's sake, we've not had to do that since fucking Halo. Let's have grenades on a button not a fucking, not an actual selectable weapon, because it's just a pain in the arse trying to select them, and then you go back to your machine gun, and you want to throw a grenade, and you go back to your fucking shotgun. Pish. But in saying that, they've changed the buttons, so I'm now pressing the buttons, and they don't do what they did in the previous game, which is fucking annoying. I'm pressing LB to fucking see what my objective is, and I'm throwing grenades. I'm using the D-pad to try and change the weapon, but it's now the Y button that changes the weapon, and I'm like, that's annoying. Why? I can understand the grenade one, but why the other ones? Now the directional buttons don't seem to do much. Just seems like a needless change, because it's not Epic that made this, it's what people can fly. The Bulletstorm Banditos. And the game feels more arcadey, because at the end of every mission you get a rating and you get a certain amount of stars, and I don't like that shit. I don't really need to know how many times I've been down during a mission. It's not really important. The fact of the matter is, I'm at the end of that mission. I don't fucking want rated on it. GTA 5 done this, GTA 4 add-ons done this. Fucking hate it. Don't like, unless it's like an arcade mode, like you get Doom, it's got an arcade mode. Gears of War 3's got an arcade mode, but this just seems to mark the arcade mode in with the campaign, and I'm like, no, I don't really care. How many stars did you win? Oh, I only got one. Fuck off. Nonsense. But the gun battles are just as frantic as any other Gears. I mean, this is probably on par with Gears 3 for me, so it takes joint first place with Gears of War 3. Those two are actually my favourite. I used to think that Gears 2 was my favourite, but it's no. Gears 3, the fighting is just so much faster in that game, and it's frantic nonsense, and it's brilliant, and it feels the same here, so I'm like, yes, I'm really loving how the game feels over the previous, or the first two entries, if you'd rather. At the beginning of each mission, you're going to get a wee option here. You see a big red skull on the wall or on something, and that's the declassified mode of the mission you're on. So it basically takes your mission you're playing and makes it harder, or adds extra challenges or extra enemies, or you can only use certain guns, or your visibility is reduced, or there's a wind and it makes you freaking go off centre and fly about the place. Nah, it's not really for me. I still like my video games to feel like video games, but if you want a wee bit of an extra challenge or just a different feel for the mission, it's a pretty nice idea. The graphics are gorgeous. I'm playing this on the Xbox One Series X through backwards compatibility, and it is smashing, and it runs even better than it looks. Well, maybe not, but it runs really well, and it looks excellent. So I'm going to natter about the new weapons for a bit now, right? I think there's only like 3. So first up is the new sniper rifle, the Marksa rifle. It is a multi-fire sniper rifle. Well, it doesn't zoom in quite as much as the long shot, but you get multiple shots with it. Another new gun, again this is another single fire rifle, it's the breach shot. Quite powerful, but it's quite tough to use, I thought, so you just need to kind of get used to just aiming as quickly as you can, and then you'll knock heads off in a couple of hits. You've got the Bushka grenade launcher, which is basically the human's version of the boom shot. It's pretty good, but hit or miss. I'm not very good with it. I'm either knocking people left and right with it, or I'm just hitting nothing but air and it's rolling past people. I wish there was like a proximity sensor, so if it got near an enemy it blew up rather than actually directly hitting them. But in saying that, if you're good with grenade launchers, I'm not good with grenade launchers in any game. I tend to avoid them at the plague. I mean, I quite enjoy the boom shot, but even then, I'm shite with using it. It's just, no. Craggs cannot use grenade launchers. Rocket launchers, not so bad, because you can fire at their feet, and the splash damage usually kills them, but grenade launchers, fucking get it. Bouncing these grenades out of the fucking place and blowing everything up but what I want to blow up. It's nice for taking care of emergence holes though. But in saying that, I'm still shite with it, so yeah, not the greatest. B minus or C plus 5, 8, I don't know. It's okay is what I'm trying to get at. The game also seems to be less set-piecey than, say, previous titles. There's not big turret sections or anything like that, which I quite like, to be quite honest with you. But sometimes the missions can be like real fucking short as fuck. You know, it's like getting in a room, killing a bunch of bad guys, walking the other end of the room, but it's over. The game can also have an over-reliance on waves. Like, oh, you need to set up defences to... This is just kind of like horde mode in the campaign, and I'm not really keen on that. It's a false way of padding the length. Sometimes you get really amazing gun battles out of that. And it's like tense, and you're right in there, and you're right in the mood, and the mood's right, and you're just laying waste to these pricks. But in saying that, the game can over-rely, I think, on horde modes in a campaign. It's not the best way to pad out your campaign, I'm sorry. But in saying all that, the game's fantastic, had a lot of fun with it. Declassified modes are cool, adds a wee bit extra spice to your missions. Highly recommend it. Get it, you'll pay next to fuck all for it. Maybe an amulet of cat anuses or something like that, I don't know. Maybe not cat anuses, that's kinda unsavoury. How would one go about harvesting a cat anus? Fuck's sake. Anyway, good night folks.
That's all, folks.
To go back there and make sure the bastard's dead. Move, Lieutenant Baird.
There goes a record. What? Guy went from lieutenant to war criminal in less than a week.
As you were.